I know you know what time it is. It's 8 a.m., baby. It's time to crank that volume up to 11. Welcome to Squawk Box Radio, the place where nothing real happens, and I do care what you people think about that, I really do. Today in the news, moms urging their kids to move closer. Federal agents raid gun shop, find guns. That's a news story. Meteorites found to be from space. And in health. Wearing shoes can result in fewer foot injuries. Wow. Okay. Now on with the show. We are here, people, and in the studio today is, you guessed it, Travis. So, Travis, where we left off yesterday on a very somber note, so today let's not talk about death if we can avoid it. How about it?
Okay, no death today, but there is more death that has to be told.
Oh, come on, man. Your mother and father are already dead. We can't take much more. Why don't we talk about you starting your military life? No one dies there, do they?
No, everyone stays alive.
Okay, let's start there then. But after these messages...
Do you like watching a channel where no one knows what's going on? Where variety is all over the place because I'd rather be a little weird than all boring? Then tune in to Bone 13's channel where after you show up and stay a while, you will be more confused about life and gameplay. Come in and sit down, relax and yell at your screen because Bone is going to do something wrong. Bone may actually do something right or funny, but it's not guaranteed.
And we are back, people. The phones are quickly lighting up, so let's go before we have to talk to anyone.
We are a talk show.
Shut up. Take some messages and we can answer them later. He might answer their questions anyway.
I just finished high school and shipped out to boot camp, leaving the world I knew behind again.
Okay, you maggots! Get your asses off this bus and get your feet into those footprints! No lollygagging around my area! Move it! Move it!
You don't have to be so pushy.
What did you say?
Nothing.
That's nothing, Drill Sergeant!
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
What did you say?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Look to your left and then to your right. You're gonna become closer to these men than your own mother. You will learn to rely on these men or you will come home in a body bag. You want to be a soldier?
The drill sergeant was looking right at me. Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Say it like you got a pair.
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Now that's what a soldier is supposed to sound like.
We did our in-processing and marched to our barracks. I shared a bunk with James. There were so many people here. Some looked like they would make it and others didn't. We didn't have much time to make friends right away.
All right, men. Put on your PT gear. It's a good day to go for a run. Every day is a good day to go for a run.
We hurried up and put on our PT gear and ran outside. The drill sergeant pulled me aside.
What's your name, soldier?
Private Clark, Drill Sergeant.
I'm making you a squad leader, Private Clark. Don't disappoint me.
Failure's not in me, Drill Sergeant.
A man learns nothing from winning all the time. The act of losing, however, can elicit great wisdom, not least of which is how much more enjoyable it is to win. It's inevitable to lose now and again. The trick is not to make a habit of it.
I don't like to lose, Drill Sergeant.
You will, though.
With that, we went on a run. A lot of people were dropping back. I dropped back to assist them in any way I could. Come on, pick it up. You can do it.
No, I can't.
Come on, suck it up. Keep pushing. Let that pain escape your body.
But it hurts.
Life is pain. You have the choice to suck it up and move or quit. Are you a quitter?
I'm no quitter.
Then catch up then. You can do it. James struggled, but he caught up. He was in pain. I knew that he would struggle with training. I knew he would need my help. I started helping him out. I remember one time at the range.
Okay, men. It's time to make killers out of you. Well, some of you anyways. Today, we are going to give you live ammo. Private Clark here is going to shoot first. Show us what you got, Private.
I laid down in the prone position and aimed the rifle downfield. The drill sergeant gave me a magazine and I loaded it up into the rifle and focused my breathing and settled myself down. I looked downfield and squeezed the trigger. I hit the bullseye.
Do it again, Private.
I controlled my breathing and took aim and fired again. I hit the bullseye again.
Very good, Private Clark. Now you see, if he can do it, you can do it too. It's easier than it looks. You just point and shoot, really. In battle, we answer failure with the only thing suitable: death.
We spent the morning at the range. Some targets were actually hit, and some people, it was the first time they ever fired a weapon. I looked at my squad. I knew I had my work cut out. James really needed work.
Hey, Travis, I need some help.
I know, but don't worry. We got this.
How are you so good? How does this come so naturally?
Don't worry about that. I'll get you as good as me.
I want to be better.
You have to learn to walk before you can fly.
I see this taking a while.
It won't be that bad. I'm a good teacher.
Good, because I'm a bad student.
Come on, you can't be that bad.
I'm going to make you work.
James and I got close. I helped him out, and he surprisingly got really good. In fact, he got better than me in a lot of areas. He became a really good soldier. It wasn't long before we were both fighting for the top spot. I could still beat him in marksmanship and in physical, but he was beating me on everything else.
Is this the same James who later became your commanding officer?
Yes, it is. He was good.
I'm sure there is more to tell there, but we promise no death today.
Not today. We graduated basic training. I was first in my class and James was second. It was now off to AIT. We were about to become infantrymen.
How long was basic training and then your advanced training?
Basic was 10 weeks and AIT was 12 weeks.
Was James in the same class at AIT then?
Yes, he was. We spent half a year together before we got split up.
Travis, what can you tell us about AIT?
Not much, really. We trained a lot, had a couple weekends off, but in the military, you really don't have time off. You're either writing letters, cleaning something, or just trying to catch up on sleep. We were always on the move. We marched or ran everywhere. See that hill over there? Let's go run to it. Why? Because we could.
You spoke of letters. Did Becky write you?
Every day. Have you ever tried to plan a wedding over writing letters? It's not fun, but we did it.
So you and Becky got married then?
Once I graduated from AIT, we got married.
You look really sharp, son. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Dad.
Son, I want you to have this. I know it's not much, but it has value. No one can measure.
With that, he gave me his watch.
But it's a reminder that you will never get time back. Time is a gift. You can't speed it up or slow it down. You have to do your best in time that you're given. Don't waste it.
He gave me a hug and walked out of the room to where I was getting ready. I looked at the old worn-down watch and put it on my wrist. Then I walked into the church and awaited my bride. Moments later, the organ was playing, and I saw the most beautiful woman start walking down the aisle with her dad. My heart skipped, and I gasped for air. Her dad approached, and the pastor said,
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to witness these two creatures of God become one in holy matrimony. We have come together in the presence of God to witness the joining together of this man and woman in this bond of marriage. Marriage is not to be entered lightly, but soberly and deliberately, and is reverent fear of God. Travis and Becky, thank you for joining them in this very special day. To whom gives this woman away to be wed?
I do.
With that, she walked and grabbed my arm as we stood in front of the pastor.
In 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, we read, Love is patient. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. The Bible shares that love is more than a feeling. Love is an action that always must take place.
Time went by and I was clueless on what was said. I just stared at her and couldn't believe how lucky I was.
In Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, we read that two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them fall down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and have no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? The one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken.
Becky, I promise to cherish you always, to honor and sustain you, in sickness and in health, and to be true to you in all things until death alone shall part us.
With this ring, I, Becky, take you, Travis, to be no other than yourself. Loving what I know of you, and trusting what I do not yet know. I will respect your integrity and have faith in your abiding love for me. Through all of our years, and in all that life may bring us.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Come here, you. We walked down the aisle as everyone clapped and cheered. Once we got to the end, I brought her in close and kissed her harder than I have ever kissed her before. The reception was downstairs at the church and was immediately started after the ceremony. The people all gathered in and found their seats and immediately started banging glasses with their silverware. I kissed her again and again and again. The pastor said a prayer and the party started. My whole family and hers was there. It was a pleasant time. Everyone was smiling until Jackson got out of hand.
I want to say something.
Not before the best man.
I'm his brother. I deserve to talk.
What's going on here? You're starting to make a scene.
I want to say something. I deserve to be the best man.
Jackson, I know he is your brother, but you have to respect his wishes. He made Chad his best man, his lifelong childhood friend.
What's going on here?
I should have been your best man.
Jackson, you're drunk.
I can hold my own. In fact, I could beat you all in a drinking contest. That way you all can see that I'm number one.
Jackson, get out of here. If you cannot control yourself, you do not belong here.
I'm the better son. I deserve your watch.
Is this what this is about? A watch?
Travis deserves the watch because I see value of time with him. You don't value time, you value possessions.
I don't want to be here anyways. The food sucks. Mom would have made better.
Jackson, don't you say that. I miss Mom too, but she is gone. You have to move on.
I can't.
Jackson stormed out. I knew that everyone could hear us, including Becky. I focused on the positive for the rest of the night, trying to forget the scene that Jackson caused. I know that Becky tried to, but I could see the hatred in her eyes. We danced and tried to have a good time. Later that evening, my dad pulled me aside and said,
"Don't worry about Jackson. He knows that he was wrong. He'll probably call you in the morning and apologize. But don't let him ruin this. Once you find something good, you need to take care of it. You need to let it grow. Take care of that wife of yours. She's a good one, Travis. I can feel it."
Once the night was over, we thanked everyone for coming, got into my car, and drove home.
And you made wild, passionate love to her for the whole night.
We did make love, but we talked first. We talked about Jackson and about the watch my father gave me.
You talk too much.
Isn't this a talk show?
I meant you talk to Becky too much. Show her some action.
We always talked. I think that is why we always got along so well. We knew each other on such a deep level.
I can think of some other things going deep, but that is all the time we have today. Travis, again, I want to thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure. Same time tomorrow.
You know it. Tomorrow, we will start answering some of the people's questions that came in during the show. I want to thank you again, Travis, for being here, and as always, thank the listeners for listening to this wonderful story. Till tomorrow. Now on to DJ Vu. Have you heard him before?